Happy Wednesday. Excuse me. We were just talking about somebody choking too. That's crazy. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This is Beard Advice Live. I'm Dancy Bearded. This is the mayor. I'm gonna take a drink. Mayor, how you doing?
Boy, oh boy, it is feeling like a little bit like fall here in Michigan, if you know what I mean. It's windy, blustery. All of a sudden, somebody hit a switch, and somebody just got cold. The trees are like, oh, okay, I'm good. Let me turn into a beautiful fall color and fall.
Yeah, I'll take it. This weekend, you guys, we're going camping. It's supposed to be like 63 every day and partly cloudy. So excited for it. It's this is my favorite time of year when it comes to weather and I just love the fall.
Me too. And sweatshirts and comfortable things and beards. It's a big beard. It is the beard season.
Yeah, yep. And this is Beard Advice Live. This is a show where we help man, I guess in my throat, where we help guys take care of their beard, to groom it, to style it, to trim it, and reach their journey. You can send in. There is a pinned message. Hey, Walt, thank you, my man. I heard the news about New Orleans and you guys meeting up. That's going to be super cool. Cannot wait to follow that. But if you guys want to get involved on the show for next week, send in an email to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Let us know your goals. Let us know your problems and include some pictures from some different angles. And we're going to get going into that in just a little bit here. But we also do have some traditions on this show, and this does stay up. These episodes are forever. I do, for the first time ever, plan on keeping all my lives up. I used to take them down because I thought it like clogged my feed. I didn't want somebody finding it, and I wanted to prioritize the other videos. But now I'm realizing the lives are just as valuable. So they're all back now. They're all back. But what are our other traditions, Mayor?
Watch this. We eat beef jerky. I flipped the script. We usually talk about the other one first. But yeah, tonight we're dining on some of the finest. We love these guys. We love Mingy. It just sounded good. I mean, a little extra stop on the way to the studio tonight. And actually, it's interesting. When we started doing the show, I couldn't have stopped there and gotten this product.
No, we didn't have it. It's changed our life, having that Speedway.
It has. It's really convenient and nice, honestly. We didn't have a good location to get gas, you know, in our community.
Right.
You know, so good grief. It's wonderful. Also, we drink the dew, and I found a special one tonight. Now you said, you're going side. All right, I'll let you go side. So this is our Mountain Dew. It is called Mountain Dew Spark. It is a blast of raspberry, lemonade flavor, and other natural flavors. If there's ever one I feel like that is going to be far, far away from what original Mountain Dew tastes like, this one looks like it's going to be like nearly unrecognizable in just a glimpse. We have not tried it yet, but I thought it was pretty cool. Again, it was another situation where I went in the store. I didn't know this product existed. I actually saw the sign on the door and picked it up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be good. Otherwise, I'm going to go get some other dews for us because I didn't do pop for dinner. Sam had a delicious cold pop. I did not have one. I waited myself because I knew we were going to have this. So it's got to be good. Otherwise, we're getting some normal dew, but it actually sounds good to me. The raspberry lemonade, I'm okay. I'm down to clown with this one. So, and hello to everybody. On Wednesdays, we've kind of set up the show and don't get to acknowledge as many people as we would like. We see you. We appreciate you. And this show is so based in the community giving help, helping out, giving back with what they've learned, their experiences. We could not do this without you guys. I mean, we could. It just wouldn't be the same because there's so many comments, so many ideas that you all come up with. So appreciated. So sincerely, thank you to you guys. If you're excited to be here, please hit a thumbs up. If you know anybody that might want to come in and watch, maybe share this link with them and let them know that the show is on.
It's on. Like Donkey Kong.
Yes. So we also have brought back second week in a row. Dun, dun, dun. The Mayor Cam. Showing that side beard of the mayor over here. And of course, we got the side beard cam over here. So you can see the mayor's side beard from afar. Get a glimpse of that line on mine. I did get a fresh cut this weekend. So it's looking good. We'll be working that in and out throughout the show as we go through. So again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Question is going to be for you guys out there is what is in beard? What company do you guys have? What scent do you have in right now? I haven't even talked to him about this, but I'm guessing the mayor has in a tobacco vanilla right now.
Humidor from Royal Beardsmen.
That will be it. That will be it.
Yep,
It's strong.
it is.
It's real strong.
And
I
you're
don't
not
wear
a tobacco guy, so you were
No.
polite. You were polite about that.
Yeah, I don't wear that scent, and so it's like boom, because I don't think of Royal Beardsman with being super strong scents, but it hits me out there. We got Ron rocking some nitro.
Maybe put a little extra steak sauce on tonight.
Ooh,
You know, that's what I call it.
Ooh, yeah. What'd you have for dinner?
Not that I'm a piece of meat or anything. We had a lovely chicken chili made in the pressure cooker.
Oh, the like white chicken chili?
Yep.
Oh, baby.
Put a little melted cheese, stir it up.
Oh, that's. And could you have any more perfect weather for chicken chili?
Well, that I gotta give Betsy credit. She's really good at kind of. I was like, "Do you just want to pick something up?" Because we had a meeting and 8 swim lessons and 45 different things. We'll just get something. She's like, "I have a plan," and I've learned when she has a plan in her head,
go with
that
it.
you just don't fight it.
We used to go out to eat every single Saturday and Sunday, oftentimes twice. We'd go to like a sit-down restaurant for lunch, and then we'd get like peed away for dinner. And we would sprinkle in like once or twice throughout the week going other ones. We have not been out to eat other than a date day in 4 weeks.
Well, it's affordable,
Yeah.
healthy.
Yep.
And
and there's a couple of changes you don't think about. Our dishes have increased unbelievably substantially. We run the dishwasher every day now because it just gets full because it's our dishes, the kids' dishes. And the other aspect that we don't think about is that it's a lot more of just using up little things that you don't think. It's like ketchup. Like, oh, wow, we're back on ketchup again. We got to start re-going with ketchup. So, yeah, we are saving money is one. The main thing is for Sam. But here's my other like revelation. It's as good or better than the food we were getting. I was like trapped in this mindset that restaurant food was better. But with you said with a plan, her planned meals are so good right now that it's like I don't miss that stuff at all. There's oftentimes I'd leave a restaurant really disappointed and I paid, and so I'm even more disappointed. But with her making it, I've been super happy for it.
Gary says yes, he has a beard. He's answering my shirt's question.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, and yes, by the way, guys, Sam C does have a new shirt in the shop. Again, this is twice this week. I'll put a link in the description right now, and it is it's ready to roll. This is a new one. Let me show you guys here real quick. She actually just created it right before the stream. So here is her page, and it's this Stay Bearded. We got the Got Bearded one on there, and I believe the Got Bearded one is actually that's actually the most discounted shirt because it has a QR code for the channel on the back. And I think you had something to do with the idea.
Originally, you were putting them on
the sleeve.
No, I said the sleeve. It didn't work. It was
the back shoulder blade.
You were talking about putting them on, just how to utilize the QR code.
Yeah. So the back or the sleeve didn't work because it's too rounded. So it doesn't actually pick it up, especially when you got, got some muscles like these over here, baby. Then we threw it on the back and it does work on the back. So that was pretty cool. And again, guys, thank you guys for being here, hitting that thumbs up. We're going to help out some people today. Hopefully get some of you that are watching, you're apprehensive, you're considering it, to feel good about it and to enter next week. But the big question is, Mayor, if you guys are just coming in, we got the Spark Mountain Dew.
I will tell you, I have some thoughts. And it always does seem to be me. Always seems to be me that tries it first. But before you get away from the QR code, I was just thinking sweatpants with it on the rear end, and I was just thinking about my the dance I would do. I don't know, some kind of incentive for people to scan your rear end. All right, so I'm gonna say this. It is it's gonna be a love it or hate it. You may be going upstairs, but you might love it.
Interesting. Where are you at on the spectrum?
Love it.
Okay, that's a good sign. And with this, I also somebody asked Ronnie about hats. For the hats, we have seasonal drops, meaning it will come out once every 4 months, right? Or 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, 3 months. And we have these drops. The hats are going to be available pretty soon. I believe we actually have some on the way. Sam is handling all of them this time. For the first time, she's handling all the hats. So we should have some hats soon. I believe we have 100 or 125. Last time they sold out with quickness. So you want to make sure you're ready to hop on those. But we do have some new hats coming back. For this drop, and this drop only, we are going back to branded bills just to have some switch up, to have some different options. We had a lot of people that reached out and wanted branded bills. So we are going back to branded bills, then probably back to needles and hoops, and then kind of go from there and figure out where we're at. So yes, hey John, welcome on in. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. It is time to help out some beardsmen. We also, this is a stream that's really good for working and beard questions that you have. At the end of Monday, I was able to sprinkle in and help some people out. 100 and 125. Yeah, Gary, that bill was not fun. When you buy hats for like merch, you have to pay for it all at once. So that was a huge, huge bill, but I know they're going to sell. I know it'll be worth it. And it all goes to Sam C. So that's good news. All right. But yes, help us out, guys. Give some comments, give some feedback, and we will open up random pockets probably in between and then towards the end for any beard questions that you have, especially if you have any geared towards the mayor. You got him. He's available. He's here. He's ready. That would be the time to get the mayor asking on what we got here. So, Beard Advice Live, can you believe that it's the 22nd of September?
No,
It's absurd.
It's wild. We've been at school almost a month now.
Yeah.
You know, because we started before Labor Day.
That's crazy. So crazy. But
what you gonna do?
It is what it is. Yep. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. And guys, again, we wish we could say hello to everybody, but we kind of try to keep the flow going on this chat here. Hopefully you guys, as Teacher Talk says, talk amongst yourselves and keep it civil out there. My beard used to look so bad. After I started watching it, it's gotten better. Thank you. Hey, that is awesome. I know a lot of people feel that way, especially with this show right here, with the show that we have. Owen's in here. Owen should be in bed. Yeah. It's getting close to that time. That guy got a little.
He's a goofball, and that is the nicest way I know how to say it. Hi, Owen.
Hi, Owen.
He's got one of his teachers does a YouTube channel or something.
Yeah, right.
He wants to do he's really into this roller coaster game, so he wants to do one someday.
Okay, I like it.
This is Matthew J. And Matthew, if you're out there, if you're here, thank you. I think he had like 3 to 4 to 5 emails, just kind of like locking down what he was asking. But I still, as I put it together, I'm still thinking about it. Even at this moment, I don't know exactly what I'm going to recommend. But he says, it's taken a while for me to hit my goal. I let my beard and hair go for a while, and today I broke out the clippers. I cut my own hair and lined up my beard myself. Self-cut tutorials, studied for hair and beard. I've tried each month, and until today, I botched my cutting. Arm rule used, and it makes all the difference in the world. I mean, I trim up close, but I assess from arm's length. I hit my mark. Here's the finished product. My hair and beard have many shades. I kind of like the way the colors are asymmetrical. Makes my lineup look better when I get it on target. So, what are you guys thinking? Do I need to keep my hair and beard natural, even though I have patches and zigzag patterns, or should I use dye?
Awesome. Well, first off, I'm glad that the arm length rule helped you out. That's exactly why it's there. G says, do the shirts run a bit small, a bit large, pretty right on? They are spot on. We went through every which way type of shirt. I didn't want them to be too soft. I didn't want them to be too hard. I didn't want them to fit bad. And everybody we've heard from say that they fit to size, right? And it doesn't benefit me to say one way or the other. That's just the accurate assessment that we've had. So true fit to size.
I like how the shirts are. The collar doesn't loosen up after a couple washes. They hold together really well.
Unbelievably important for me. So yes, they are really, really good shirts. They're jersey shirts is what they're called. All right. Matthew J. So essentially he's saying, hey, I have always messed up my beard trim, but with some advice from the channel, I nailed it. Great job, Matthew. And his main question is, do I dye it to be uniform? Do I change it for the way it looks here? And while you get a bite, I'll throw advice out there. Matthew, I got 2 things that I would love to offer to you as advice. Number 1, you better not touch that color of the beard, man. It looks fantastic. It looks unique. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think that it's going to give you character. I think it pops. It brings a lot of attention to your beard. It does not look bad at all. Now, the only piece of advice that I would offer, and you didn't ask about this, but I do think it can make a really good difference with your beard, is the direction you are combing your beard. So when you are combing your beard off to the side here, it's looking like, imagine this is the triangle and this is the corner. you're combing back towards your ear. Matthew, I want you to start combing straight down, right? Instead of going away from yourself, you can do that to flatten it out, like if you have a heated comb or a heated brush, but get it going there to get straightened out and then flatten it and go down towards your chest rather than back towards this corner. I think that would make a really, really nice difference just on kind of the texture of your beard. But the color, man, do not touch it. It looks fantastic.
I agree with you, Dan, on the color. For me personally, I think it's just very distinctive, very cool look. I think if you wore it a little longer, it would be less noticeable if that's something. So the only reason I would ever do anything or consider that is if it really bothers you, and I hope it doesn't, because we've never seen a beard like that, on this show. We have that with just kind of the swirls and the coolness like that. The only other piece of advice I'm going to give, it has to do with we may need to use Mayor Cam a bit, but I would consider with the hair. I love the would that be a high and tight kind of haircut? Like yeah. Consider maybe just on the sides a little bit of a fade up out of the beard and into it. It's pretty even right now. I mean, you can see kind of here that I have a layer here of a fade into it. It might just give it a little distinction between the beard and the head hair. Something to consider. Maybe talk to your stylist about it. Not something you have to do, but I do think that really both accentuates the head hair and the beard.
Same. I agree. I think Dan B and a couple other people recommended a fade there, and it's nice to separate. I'm a big fan of separating, and you can tell on my head hair, it's longer up here, and then it fades right here, and then it gets longer back with the beard again. So I think that's great advice. And whoa, hey, little HD zoom in there. That's great advice from the mayor, and I agree. But man, that beard looks really, really good. Everybody's complimenting the hat that you got there. I love that. I got a couple Rugged Smuggler hats. They are some really cool ones that always bring a lot of attention. Hey, T-Bro, it's good to see you last night, man. Awesome. So, yeah, Matthew, final statement. Consider those pieces of advice we offered, but please don't dye the beard. The color's fantastic, and I haven't seen him in here tonight. So, Matthew, when you're watching in the future, let us know what you think. If you make some changes down the road, send back in for some updates. Guys, anybody that's been on here as a veteran of the show, we love to see updates, especially if it's something that you're really happy with the change, which oftentimes is the case. We got a couple of updates to show off tonight, which I'm very excited about.
All right, this is Daniel G. Just wanted your opinions on what direction I should go with my beard. I've been growing it for roughly 2 years, and I've been watching your show for about 6 months.
Cool.
I use oil and butter every day after showering and most nights. I'll also use a blow dryer to straighten my beard. I don't use balm because I usually aim for the natural beard look. I'm at the minimum length I had envisioned for my beard. I'm not sure what the best shape and length would be moving forward. Never know what to do with my mustache either, since it isn't the strongest. Really open to any advice you guys have on cultivating my look. I've got pictures of both before and after adding heat, so you can see what it is like naturally. P.S. I haven't been to a barber in over 4 months because of COVID here in Australia, so both the hair and the beard both need a tidy up.
All right, so essentially what he's saying is, guys, I watched the show. Go easy on my head hair. I know that it's not good right now. I haven't been able to go to the barber. And shout out to everybody, Mo. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to DS. Everybody coming in here. Thank you so much. And yeah, so he's saying, hey, let me make sure I let you guys know that I have not been able to go. And question for the expert here, Kinsman wants to know, is this the Michigan State colorway that I got on?
As close as you'll ever get, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the true. What would be the true green of Michigan State?
Forest. I think it's forest green.
This is a forest green.
That's what I'm thinking. It kind of is actually.
Okay, so Kinsman, you might be exactly correct. This is a forest. This is a forest green one. All right, here we go for Daniel G. Okay, so barbershop and okay, so main points. I know we're just going to give general advice, but main points he was saying on cultivating my look. I just want to give you some before and after. He said he knows I don't have I go for the natural look. I know I don't have the best mustache. Those were all from him. So people in the chat, please let us know. What advice would you give for Daniel with his beard? He hasn't been to the barber, so leave this hair alone as we go through. Daniel, this is kind of my range beard, right? Where we have. I do think it's time for a cleanup trim. And I don't think you have to go to a barber. I think this is actually a pretty easy trim that you're able to do yourself, especially if you watch my videos. I do have a trim video coming up pretty soon. I did trim this weekend. Not one person in the lives this week has mentioned it, but I did trim this weekend. So Daniel, what I would do right here, hey Brian, is I would just simply get a nice little clean line. You do have some growth back here, and I don't mind the growth, but it's not as balanced out in the front, which if it was me, that would bother me a little bit. So I personally, I would go for a pretty big transparency trim here. I would do the Mayor patented squint test where you kind of, especially on the side beard, give your eyes a little bit of a squint. And I would go pretty big. I'm going to take off about a full inch off the side and off the bottom. If I did not, I would 100% control the shirts that I wear because the front does not look as much transparent, even though I think it's down here. It's just kind of, we just don't see it, the transparency as much because of it's just, you don't see it at all. But final answer here, what I would do, Daniel, is I would go with this line right here. Meow, meow. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you that body, that's going to give you that density. And as you continue to regrow, it's just going to come in thicker. And hopefully those supporting actors from underneath that beard are going to grow in. And it's just going to give it definition. Now, again, I do need to clarify. I am a proponent of a very dense, full beard over a long, thin beard. Now, that's not everybody's preference, but that is mine. There was actually a question recently, and someone said, would you rather have a long beard that looked bad all the time or a short beard that looked dense and on point? I'm going to take the short beard that's dense and on point. So for me is I would 100% be able to do that transparency trim. Leo says transparency trim in the neck so it doesn't show looking straight on. Yep, exactly, Leo. I'm right with you there. So that would be my advice. What do you think, man?
I agree with definitely with the cleanup and the transparency trim as well. But I think he is a long beard guy, or at least a medium to long compared to mine at least. I like that quite a bit. You also mentioned the mustache. I don't see a weak mustache looking straight on. I think you just work on training that. It does. You might, depending on your comfort level. If you do feel like it doesn't grow as fast, I feel like a little bit of a trick sometimes is to let it get a little longer. Let it get a little bit, maybe not so bushy, but over the upper lip. And it kind of, I don't know. To me, it completes the beard more if you're worried about that. But sometimes that's a neat little trick. But you also have to be comfortable with that hair on your upper lip. And if you are, consider that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this would be a fantastic, as Vado's saying there, a fantastic update if you do trim the beard, if you do get a haircut once the barbershops are opened, or even try yourself, right? I haven't been to a barbershop or anything in a very, very long time. I think this would be one of the most epic updates if you did go with our advice. That would be really, really cool for your ability to get that beard looking on point. So awesome beard, man. I'm excited to see what results that you have. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. All right. Hey, simple update here, Sean. This was last week, you guys. Sean was on just last week. So we have this the beard over here, and it's even a little bit tough to see. I tried to brighten it up a little bit to see it a little bit more, but down here there was a couple of inches of transparency. He really had that body of the beard. And then I don't know if you guys can see those those not flyaways, but kind of just those transparent hairs down at the bottom. He cleaned it up, did a fantastic line, looking like he is a Viking, looking like he's ready for war. And we have the side beard here too. So good. And when you notice, there's so many things happening here, guys. Look closely, take some notes. When we're giving advice, this is the result that we want to see. Look up over here by the sideburns with this hair kind of flexing back towards the ear. This just happens. That's how hair grows. I do this on a regular basis. Just did it this weekend. Boom. Absolutely crushed it. And then when you notice here, it just looked a little bit wilder, a little bit just kind of, I don't want to say unkept, but borderlining there. And the biggest thing is his beard was jetting out at his chin, but kind of unproportionally. It didn't really go with his beard at all. So when you did that transparency trim, boom, boom. This is a mare beard right here.
Yeah, I am kind of shocked at how much it took that jut out just
Uh-huh.
with what he did. That was a huge impact from a little bit of a trim.
Yeah. Yep. And again, it's just everything, guys. This is the reason why we do this show. It is so good as he goes through here. All right. Also great. Oh, I thought this was Sean. He says epic transparency trim. Too funny. So yeah, Sean, first and foremost, thank you for sending into the show last week and trusting us and taking a chance with doing that. Thank you for using the advice. And then especially thank you for sending this update here. This is one that we could make a poster for why you should consider sending into this show. So man, yeah, I agree with JAL. It looks more dense. Like it, once again, addition by subtraction. His beard looks more dense than it did before.
And definitely more intentional, more deliberate, more
purposeful,
more something that you are proud of.
Yes.
And you should be.
And I, Sean, I really like this length beard for you. And worst case scenario, you grow it out and you figure out that this is the best and you keep coming back to it. This length beard is ideal for a heated brush, especially too. So, and guys, just a quick thing too. I'm not going to probably mention it again this show, but the Mayor has affiliate links and discount codes in the description for the Brio trimmer, which we've already recommended a trim for Daniel today, and a heated brush, which I would recommend for Sean and the other guys. Real quick, Mayor, Aberlight code.
Mayor 10.
Mayor 10 and Brio code?
Mayor.
Okay? And those are in the description of every Beard Advice Live. And if you look up any of my Aberlight videos or if you look up any of my Brio videos, they're in the description there as well. Okay? All right, let's see what Brian Paul, any advice before you submit photos, clean and brush or just wild at the end of the day? Great question, Brian. Please send photos from the way that you wear your beard. So if you are in midday and you snap a shot or you feel like your beard looks like we want it to see true represent how you wear it. We want to see this is normal. This is me. We don't want you to be like, I'm sending in a rough picture. But we also don't want you finding that one picture from 4 weeks ago that's like, boom, that perfect angle, where you just hit it just right. Send a true representation of your beard and especially let the angles be dependent on your goals, right? If you're like, what do I do with my neckline? We got to see the neckline. We always like to see front on and side beard. That's the most important, right? Right here and also right there. Or right there. So great question. I don't think anybody's ever asked that before, and that's a wonderful one for anybody else that's out there. Anything to add to that, Mayor?
Yeah, it makes total sense. We need to see where you're at so that we can tell where you're going.
Dang. One more time.
We need to see exactly where you're at so that we can know where you're going, or at least where we're gonna advise you to go.
That is good. I would stop and compliment that updated beard in public more than the first. That's from Ellie here, who I got to talk to on the live stream last night, which was really cool. That is a huge statement. From a female perspective, I would stop and compliment that second beard more so than I would that first one. And I do want to bring something up here because Ellie brings up a really good point. When you have a purposeful beard, it does invite more compliments and more kindness. The reason why is when people can tell that you care about your beard, when you put something into your beard, they know that you're going to enjoy the compliment. As compared to, let's say they see a biker that has a big, gnarly, crazy beard, they're going to be a little apprehensive to compliment because there are just nasty people out there where if you compliment a guy's beard, he's going to give you a dirty look, kind of thing like that. But if you see the mayor's beard, you know that his beard is purposeful, it's dialed in. You know that he's going to accept a really good compliment. So that's a really, really great point there. All right, so then you want to take this one, Mayor?
Well, first I want to thank Tyson for the nice compliment about my side beard.
Ooh.
Then I want to say the other way that you might get a compliment is wearing a shirt like this, like God beard. I mean, that guy's probably into beards. And
true, when you wear beard swag, that does invite a compliment. Very good point.
All right, and our comment is, what's the best way to send in pics? What's the email, or just message you on YouTube? The best way and clearest way is to send them to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. If we get things on Instagram or our other emails, we do just send them over there because it kind of keeps us in one place. We're fine-tuning, but almost there in our system on how we handle it, between and share the work between each other. and make sure that nobody gets missed, most importantly.
Yes.
And so beardadvicelive@gmail.com with a few photos attached is the absolute best way.
Yeah, and that is, if you guys look at the top of the chat right now, it is a pinned comment that has the email address in there. And again, give us a little feedback. The more specific, the better. If you say, hey, on my left side, I have this problem, that helps us out. We'll still help if you just say, hey, looking for general advice, but a little bit of feedback is going to really, really help out as we go through. And I think people, especially that watch the show, kind of have it dialed in now for what we're really looking for there. So awesome. And thank you, Ron. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat, talking to each other, helping each other out. And please keep giving that feedback. They want to hear from you guys too. They want to hear from the ladies. It's huge for us to be able to get so many people to be able to give that perspective and feedback for. So yes, thank you guys. And no one's asked, which I sincerely appreciate, but we don't have any giveaways tonight. This is just community helping. But next week, we will likely have pretty substantial giveaway here on the stream and in one other location.
On our Facebook group, Command's Corner. I was thinking about something else. They are...
Oh, yeah, not that one.
No, but just stay tuned is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
To life.
Uh-huh.
But Facebook is called Command's Corner, just like Dan's Monday night show. You are welcome to join us, but it's not for everyone. We were just talking about whether we're chasing the biggest group. We're not so much interested in the biggest group as being the best group. And sometimes that means we do have to be a little exclusive with who's a part of it. We just want nice guys. We're not drawing any hard lines. Or just we don't like politic talk. We don't
like confrontation. It's not a place to argue. It's a place to support.
And we have guys that spend time doing it. I put a lot of my time. That's my primary area that I roll with. And so with our sponsorships, we want to honor what they are, supporting us and how they're, doing that. And so we don't have a ton of brand topics aside. We don't have any really.
We didn't have it before sponsors either.
True.
It's been a rule since day one. So it's not even about the sponsors. It's just about making a culture of supporting each other rather than being like product obsessed, which is super important.
But you might find a nice discount that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
True.
Insane.
And did you mention the giveaway?
And we have a giveaway again next week. Next week we'll be doing some other things in the show, and we also have the big two. Well, I don't know. Should I tell them? If you're part of the group, it's $250 gift card that we're giving away this month to Beard Octane.
Okay. So if you are in our Facebook group, it's a Facebook group exclusive $250 gift card giveaway. So just keep that in mind. There's a link in the description. And hey, Amber, hey, no problem. Finals are here. Good luck. We know how that goes. Michael, I've actually looked into this, and I could not find any information either way because that did dawn on me as well. But I don't know. I'm still searching. If you have any info, let me know. Help me out. So
I would think 100% you have baking soda toothpaste.
Yeah.
Peroxide, hydrogen peroxide to whiten. If it's the wrong whitening toothpaste, I think would do that.
Yeah. The only problem is though, so hair color is formed by the follicle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have hair color that changes, let's say it's like your color, your length there, the color changes as the hair grows out, it would not remain that dyed color.
Was it a spot or was it all?
So like for me, I'd hypothesize that with my fangs, but as my fangs grow, they remain that color all the way down. So if it was something that was a dye from the toothpaste, it should just simply be that part that was dyed, unless I was continually dyeing it along the process, which isn't going to really happen. So I don't know. I've looked into it and I've seen stuff both ways. So I might make a video on that. Right? We've looked in. I've for sure looked into it. But yeah, I'm on the same page with you. So is LCW basically a co-wash? No, Russell. No. Russell, you got to watch my video from Sunday, just a couple days ago. The video's entirely about that topic there. LCW is a beard wash. Straight up a beard wash. It is a lathering conditioning wash, but as I said in my video, the word conditioning has two different uses, just like so many words in the English language that have two different uses, which is so frustrating. That's why people have a hard time learning English. It's like, wait, that word can mean this and this, but it's spelled the same? Yes.
Well, we wouldn't have dad jokes, though, if that was the case.
True. You can't
have a good pun here.
Can't have the puns in there. So that is true. It's give and take. So no. LCW is a beard wash. It does condition in the way that an oil, a balm, or a butter conditions, but it does not condition in the way that a conditioner conditions. And in this video, I explained there's no such thing as a real co-wash. You are not going to have a product
For a
that's
beard.
going to, for a beard. Yep. Head hair exists. Kind of, even that I would like to make a video on and kind of talk about at some point, because the properties cancel each other. It's almost impossible to have that combination. It's advertised like that, but oftentimes what they advertise as a co-wash is just something that's not washing your beard as much or your hair as much. So it feels like it's soft and gentle, but it's just not doing anything.
And if you, Doug's right, if you only have a 3 minutes or less, there's a condensed Cliff Notes. If you guys remember what Cliff Notes are version on TikTok.
Right.
Dancy Bearded.
Yes. Yep. So I was going to highlight that. Thank you. And Doug is somebody that is creating those videos, editing them on TikTok. So shout out to Doug. Huge thank you there. How do you trim the length of your mustache? Do you twist with wax or no? No, Joshua. Sincerely, just look up Dancy Bearded Mustache Trim. I have a couple of videos that will help you out. So check that one out. I really wish you would look that up because it's so much better to see it rather than try to explain it. So that, again, can be helpful for you. Recommended brand for unscented wash, oil, and butter. Well, this month, our sponsor of the Facebook group is Beard Octane. But if you've watched my videos in the last 3 years, you know I would highly recommend them regardless for all those things right there. So check out the Facebook group for a special discount and check out Beard Octane for some great products. But yes, co-wash is not a product. It's the act of using conditioner to rinse. It really should be called a co-rinse because it's not a wash. There's no washing properties to it.
It's the wash that's the hang up. And I watched your video twice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, and it was right what you were mentioning. Like Pert Plus is a known head shampoo, conditioner, shampoo plus conditioner in one.
Right.
I would assume that a coarse beard hair needs more conditioning. And that's why there's no such thing. Such thing as something that's going to coat yet wash at the same time. It's kind of impossible.
Exactly. The more coarse, the more rough your beard is, you do need more conditioner. You can't wash it and condition it in the same bottle. I mean, just common sense tells you those two can't coexist. So yeah, you're exactly right. Essentially what that is a gentle shampoo.
They need like the old, do you remember Mentadent, the toothpaste?
Yeah.
It had 2 colors in it.
Oh, you squeeze it together? Yeah.
You could do something like that.
Right, or the old school like glue, like when it got real serious and you have like the chemical reaction.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the 2-part epoxy.
Yeah, the 2-part epoxy.
When something really important breaks, that's what we get.
So Molly, that's a great point, and that is what I found there. So you are correct, Dancy. If the toothpaste bleached hair, almost every beard would have a white patch. Very true. If you had black beards, they would definitely have a huge discoloration, and you don't see that in those beards. Great point. So yeah, that was the big thing that got me all caught up on that one.
That's why I stopped brushing my teeth. No,
true. Beard priority. Thank you, CB.
In fact, that counteracts everything I said last week, so never mind.
Yeah, he said Johnny Appleseed's way better than expected, but it's definitely a Dancy type scent. Of course, I'm not going to make a collab that I would not wear. I did have somebody, I don't know if they're in here right now. They messaged me. They're like, "Hey, have you tried your collab?" I was like, yes, I've tried it. Sam's tried it for months. So yeah, too much. AJ Cruz, everybody. All right, great questions, guys. And again, we're going to kind of flow like this where we get some questions. Brian Paul started this off, and we'll be bouncing back, and then we'll hit back into the show just like this.
All right, this is Jesus A. Hey, dudes. So normally I don't blow my beard. I get out the shower or just wet it on days I don't shower and towel dry. Oil comb and sometimes butter. And it looks okay. Really regretting trimming down bulk on my cheeks a few months ago.
Scuba trim.
So a few months back, so I'd look less fat. But that's a great way to put it. I mean, we all feel that way sometimes. But that's not the point of this post. Well, today I did a blow dry, and I noticed how, especially in the front view, there seem to be a lot of long flyaways that I think I can call for a transparency trim. For reference, I also posted a solo pic from where I don't blow dry the beard. There are still flyaways, but it seems like a lot less. So my question is, should I trim the flyaways now when there are more and they are longer because I blow dried it? B, later when I do my usual routine of no blow dry. C, at all. Thanks, brothers.
Okay. All right. We're good here. I think might have to take just a half an inch back, just a correction, just for the mic there. Thank you, sir. All right. Hey, Zeus. All right. And he did. So essentially, he's in our Facebook group and he sent in that question. And then everybody was like, dude, this is perfect for Beard Advice Live. Send into the show here and you'll get some advice. So, Mayor, what do you think here? It's like it's the Mayor beard and then went a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's time for a transparency trim.
Agreed.
I think I don't know if I would even call them flyaways. I think we brush them down and we pay more attention to how we're cutting them straight down rather than like pinpointing certain guys that are flying out and flying away. But you could definitely line up. Squint test says, and some of those guys you got an inch to take off. But,
yep. Especially on the front.
Absolutely.
Important though would be what shape would you go with? Because we got a couple of options here. And again, when he trims back, it's going to be dang similar to your beard. When he's coming in the front, do you round it or do you go with a couple hard lines where I would say 3 hard lines would be 1, 2, and then 3. So you're coming in here, squaring it, and then going off on that angle, God of War? Or do you want to round it a little bit more? What do you think fits him? People in the chat, let us know. Should he go squared or rounded with that transparency trim?
I typically prefer the edges myself. If I do the squint test a little bit, I see a rounded beard in there amongst the
I do too.
Amongst the other guys. And I think that's I think that is our next step. And if you want to go and try the edges at some point, you can. But one thing at a time, and I don't want you to live thinking too much about the shape. I think you have a clear transparency trim. It's going to come out. It's going to look a little more rounded if you're looking at it straight on. And then you can kind of decide if you want to try and go for those sharp edges.
Oh, man, I don't know if anybody's good at counting, but this is really, really close here. All right, so here we go. Round, hard, square, 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 round, round, hard, or square, 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 round. It is, I think this is a simple 50-50 right now, and I'm torn. I agree with the Mayor spot on. I think if you do the squint test, it is a more natural round line. But when I look at the side beard and I think about the potential of boom, boom, coming in with a hard line there, the hard line would look more purposeful for me. The hard line would be more difficult upkeep. Oh man, I'm torn on this one. Jesse says triangle. I veto Jesse's recommendation there, and I think he's being silly. No triangle on this one. It's got to be the square or the round. And man, oh man, there's people that are like really, really.
I don't think you have to land in an answer. Then I think then it's going to be personal preference.
Yeah,
and you go from there.
Hey, Zeus, let us know what you do, but it's absolutely time for that transparency trim. I'm glad that you grew past where it's at right now and then bring it back from there. There's some options. Options are good. When there's not just a definite thing, that means you can go in a couple different directions. So,
and I think it's also about your skill and comfort level.
True.
Are you able to trim? I think the round is maybe going to come out easier.
It is easier
for somebody who's newish to doing that. And maybe that's what we go for just for that reason. But if you're having someone else, if you're going to a stylist and having them do it, you might, and you really like the edges and the sharp, go for that.
Yeah. And G Funk has this or that. Exactly. And here's a good thought too by Dale. Can't you go square? And if you don't like it, round it after that. That's a very good point. Because once you go round, you cannot go back to square. That's a wrap. So maybe you do go square first and then see how you like it.
If you're trying that angle, then you're going to want to take off a little bit less hair because you want to leave yourself that round, that option. If you go square too short, round's going to be off the table.
Yeah, but that is a really good point there. So maybe be a little bit more safe with how much you're taking and then kind of go from there. But I like it. I want to see an update. Oh, and I haven't even given my feedback on the do yet. It's good. I'm not a hate it or love it.
Okay.
It's good. It's going to serve the purpose tonight. I don't dislike it at all, but I don't know if I'd ever want it back again. And I would tell you if I disliked it. It's good. I'm trying to see, do you get like the lemonade and the raspberry?
At the end. It finishes with lemonade and raspberry.
Yeah, because that initial taste is like sweet, explosion.
Real.
And then it does, as it fades away, I
'Cause
do
of-
get
it
the
has
I
tanginess. Of
get
lemonade.
the lemonade for sure, and then I'm probably raspberry. I'm not the most experienced raspberryer in the world, but I do get that a little bit. And hey, as we get ready for this next one, if you guys have not, please consider hitting the thumbs up. If you're on your phone, you probably forgot. So please hit the X in the top right-hand corner of the chat, hit the thumbs up, and then hit live chat to come back and join us. And thank you guys for the feedback. That was probably the most involved community feedback I've ever seen on a beard trim.
You don't find them very often on that that line.
No,
It's right
I
there.
know almost everybody agrees, and that one is really dividing, especially kind of with the video about face shapes and beard shapes. He would fit that kind. Oh man, and his face shape is almost in between
And
a
the
long
different
face.
one picture looks one way,
Yeah.
and the one looks the other.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, family first out of here. Take care. Had a long day. Yeah, it was an extremely long day here too. And this Mountain Dew, guys, if you're just coming in, is the Spark Mountain Dew. And yeah, it's a limited edition. And is it actually with NASCAR or is it just cars?
No, I thought there was a tie-in to the NASCAR, but
Doesn't say on here.
It would say, wouldn't it?
I would think so because they don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they would hide that. But maybe, I don't know. If you guys know anything about this Mountain Dew, let us know because you just stumbled on it, right?
Right.
Yeah, you just stumbled on it. So let us know if you guys know anything about this Spark Mountain Dew, or even if you got a quick Google search.
And I am looking for the Apple out there. It is out there.
Thrasher?
Give me
Something like that.
tip that I need to check out.
Yeah.
Kroger.
Yeah, it might be a Kroger exclusive. What I missed on the show today? Hey, true, man. We just had some fantastic advice for people. Okay, here we go. Teacher and Mayor said I'm funny looking. Cool. Just kidding. No, you know, the different pictures, different lighting. Yeah, it's just interesting. All right, so we got Patrick here. What should I do with my beard? Right? We love specific, but we can work with this too, you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can work with this too. And we got Patrick in the building right now. Patrick, I have a feeling we need a new updated YouTube picture for you. Looks a little bit old on that one there. All right, so we got Patrick. Mayor, this is your lane. This is your world. Guys in the chat, what do you think? I know what 95% of them are going to say, but what do you guys think Patrick should do? Patrick, if you have any goals or any additional information you want to give us, since you're here, drop a comment while I kick it to the mayor.
So what I see is just a developing beard for me. And in general, I think what you were alluding to is that a lot of people are going to say 3 words, let it grow.
Let it grow.
The one thing I'm going to add on is that you do have around your goatee area is thin.
Yeah.
Something that I'm just seeing from the second picture that you might consider is taking, and we don't recommend this very often, but you have a super high, it looks super high cheek line.
Yeah.
You might kind of take a little off the corner closest to your nose and then kind of like give it a little bit more of like a maybe shave it. I just use my favorite beard oil with a Bic and I throw it out when I'm done because I don't want to give myself like pimples and that by using it too much. But shaping that cheek line slightly, don't lose too much, would kind of bide the time while it continues to thicken in and this area too.
Yeah, and I love the way Ellie puts this. Rather than just let it grow, she said, grow, oil, and give it love. If you want that chin area to fill in, it's going to take love. It's going to take knowing what you're doing. I would recommend a video that I have an arrow and it's all directed about that part of the chin. You can do a couple of different concoctions to try and get some hairs growing in there. You definitely look like a young guy. So you've got time. I think it's going to come in really nicely. And the other parts of your beard are super dense. They're very full there. I really get what the mayor's saying. The only problem is that's going to be like daily maintenance with your dark hair. So if you're going to do that, that's awesome. But you are going to probably have to shave on pretty daily basis. Otherwise, you're going to have that stubble coming in. And who maybe even the stubble with this kind of beard would look okay. It's something that I'm not quite used to. But Patrick, I haven't seen anything else from you. If you got the ability to super quick put in a here's an update right here. All right. Oh, wait. Let's see where it goes. He said, I need to get some more beard oil because this winter is bad up in Canada. Yeah, you should. If you're trying to get the best beard possible, regardless of season, regardless of winter, you want to be using that beard oil on at least once a day basis. For your length beard, you don't even need beard butter. You don't need conditioner. The only 2 things you need, my man, are beard wash and beard oil. Wash your beard, get some oil in it in the morning, get some oil in it before bed. But Patrick, if you can get this in super quickly, what's your goal? Do you want a mayor business beard? Do you want a medium beard? Do you want a long beard like mine? Do you want to just keep going till it doesn't stop? because that's going to determine a lot, because it does look like you have trimmed out, or maybe no.
I was gonna ask you, is
yeah,
that shaped?
I don't
It's such a
know.
straight line,
It-
but he's got straight lines other places too.
That's what I was just thinking, because I don't see any hair right here. That might just be a natural neckline. If it is, yeah, that's usually you don't see a lot of hard lines like that in nature, but it's I'm not sure on this one. Of course, it depends on the goal. And if your goal is for a bigger beard, then at this point, let it grow, right? I hate to say that. I hate to give that advice, but it's true, because there's nothing you can really style. There's nothing you can really trim. I mean, that corner that the mayor talked about is a really viable option, but there's not much more to it at this point, man. Healthy habits, give it love. That's going to be your biggest thing, is if you give it the best shot possible. You can't fight genetics, but you can absolutely help bring out the ones that you have. So that would be my advice to you there. And if we see them pop in, we'll bring it back up in a second. And yeah, there's tons of things: biotin, collagen, getting the proper vitamins, diet, exercise. All that stuff really does make a difference when it comes to beard growth. The healthier you are, the healthier your skin is, the better it's going to be. Like something like your beard, then dude, just let it go. Yeah. If you're trying to get to my beard, you got a long way, my friend, but it's worth it. Have patience and healthy habits.
You know, sometimes the best tip is to put it out of mind. I
Yeah.
don't know if you can. I don't know if that's always easier said than done.
Yeah.
But when you're going big, I would just say start focusing on trying out different oils from some of these good companies and figuring out, but don't focus on that I'm not this or I'm not there yet. And it'll come, distract yourself. It's like the best way to get over a breakup is to get in, find a new, find a new girlfriend.
There you go. We got some advice here from our West Side boy, and he says Wolverine chops. I could actually see that.
Oh,
all you would do is take off the chin portion and rock some Wolverine chops, like to the most maximum Wolverine chops you could ever. Hugh Jackman would be jealous of those chops. So I'm not even kidding. There could be something to that. There could be some meat on that bone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about.
I love it. Yeah.
If you want to make a statement,
look.
That would be a statement. But that could be something there. That could be something. And yes, of course, truly check out my videos. That's where those healthy habits are going to come in. It could help out. Only reason I'm growing out my beard is my girlfriend told me to. I'm just listening to her. Smart man. Keep it growing. It looks good, man. Me and Sam were talking this weekend, and I showed her like a before and after of a guy who shaved. And I truly said to her, I was like, I don't know a single person that looks better shaved. Men, that is. I don't know a single man that looks better shaved. Now, are there some that it should be a short stubble beard and just have a little bit? Yes. But I've never seen a guy where I'm like, oh, dang, he upgraded. Yep, you're good. And I'm on. I can give feedback and say, hey, you look better with a shorter beard. I don't have to just say, oh, long beards rule. And she agreed. She was like, there's not a man out there that looks better shaved. It's to me, it's like a foreign concept. It's such a weird thought to have just that shaved skin. So it's, it's just my advice. Don't shave. If your girlfriend's saying that's what she would like, that is huge. And for me, this is what sparked it. Is I was still so shook by that original live stream video of you. I showed her that and I was like, look at Steve. And traditionally, right, people are not supposed to get better looking years later. As you get older, you're supposed to kind of go down. You like, boom, skyrocketed.
And I agree. I don't even know how or why exactly, but I would agree. And it maybe part of it is just just finding who I am with this in that whole journey, which is a real thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was too. Was I showed her, I was like, watch this. And we were both like, man, like you went from a soccer dad, which you are,
absolutely,
to a movie star, like legitimate movie star.
Yeah.
So it's so true. Sounds like a good idea. Cool, Patrick. Thank you for sending in, man. All right. We got an update. John V. This was from last week or the week before, very, very recently, because I remember complimenting those neck tattoos here. And this is the magic of heat, you guys. Over here, nothing wrong with it. Nobody would criticize this. We would tell them to Ellie says, hubby and I have an agreement. He does not shave. Awesome, Ellie. Nobody would criticize this. Great beard, rock what you got kind of thing. This is with heat. It's kind of the same thing. He went from a dude with a beard to a beard model. Look at the difference right there with using some heat, especially at this length of beard, a heated brush. What I love is he did not overdo it. He did not go stick straight with it. Whatever he did for the first time is just absolute fire. Just killed it.
Man with a beard on the left.
Yep.
Bearded man on the right.
Ooh.
I don't know if that makes any sense. It rings differently in my head, and just the deliberateness and the texture and all that. I don't know if you specially lit it up for this or what, but you could probably sell some heated brushes on that because it's just a great texture, not overly straightened at all, which is sometimes tough to do to find that.
Right.
Don't overdo it. And you found it right away.
Absolutely crushed it, man. Absolutely crushed it. For sure. Dark shirt helps too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have a lot of beard over the shirt, though. We only have just a little bit here, right? If we're just looking at the cheeks over here and just looking at that bad boy right there, like look at his chin before. Look, there's a little bit of unruliness. Now, just straight up dialed in. Said, thank you. I use my heated brush not often, but when I do, I try and make it look as natural as possible. You crushed it, man. It looks so good, John. Keep it up, dude.
All right, this is D. This is my second time, so I included a picture from before. I decided to try to get rid of styling the beard to a point, but now I think I need a transparency trim. I have a trusted person to take care of it, but she'd like to see where to trim. I've also noticed that my beard doesn't seem even, but that might be my fault because of what side my head hits the pillow. The picture in the green shirt is my previous entry. Thank you in advance for your time and information on the bearded life.
Awesome. Thank you, D. D's always in here on Wednesday nights. He's always commenting, always supporting the chat. And you guys, if you're veterans of the show, you will remember D's beard because he was going to this point right here. And I think we were like super clear on this. And we're like, hey, man, we got to get that going away. We don't really want to point it out. If you do, maybe add like a bead or something. And so his idea was, okay, let's go more with a blowout beard. Let's start getting that beard going out. And I love that this is a cool, like slow progression where we see the birth of his beard becoming his own. I don't think we're there yet, D. I think we're in that middle of the journey, which is so good. Don't rush it. Mistakes happen when you rush it, especially when you have a commitment of a beard like this. Take your time. So he said, all right, two main things. I feel like it's uneven and I feel like I need a transparency trim. The unevenness, I'm not worried about that. That's going to take care of itself with the transparency trim because it is, D. It is 100% time for a transparency trim, which just happens naturally, especially when you're kind of going to the point down there. And you got some long boys down here on that transparent parts. So there's going to be some that are going to be a couple inches taken off. Your line here is pretty simple. This is one that I think everybody would agree with. It's going to be right about here. And he said that I'm learning patience. Perfect. He said he needed a line for his barber, and I think it was a lady barber. D, this is exactly where I would go right here, man. Ready for this? You for sure want a rounded bottom or a rounded base. I don't like saying rounded bottom. You for sure want a rounded base right here. And this is your densest. This is this part where you have a little bit of a fork. You have some transparency. You want to go just above that, okay? And then I would love to start seeing some styling with some heat on the sides if I could have a perfect world. I would love to just kind of get this laying down a little bit more. But first thing first, transparency trim right here.
I love it. The other thing I was just going to ask was on the far right.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at your side beard. Maybe we need to go. But with his coloration, it almost looks like the gray beard is tucked up a little bit.
Yeah,
and maybe I don't know if it's coloring or if we do want to. If we could get a little bit more body right here in the crook of the neck. I know it's not the nape. Got that one wrong before. But in the crook of that neck, just continue to, take a little extra time. Maybe get yourself a Mayor cam. Now I know not everybody gets a Mayor cam, but to get to work on where you don't even see it from your perspective, but bringing that down, and that'll just give you a thicker kind of look.
Agreed. And that's the spot that I was looking at when I was talking about styling. After that transparency trim, I agree 100%. I would like to address that side, but I got a feeling that you might like that kind of natural look. So that's what I was saying. In my perfect world, if not, of course, no worries. And we got some jokes in there. I like round bottoms that I cannot lie. And then Ellie comes in. Shorty got them brown bottom here. Oh my gosh, you
Just
guys
put
are
the QR
full.
code on it.
Yeah, right. I'm new at this. Dan or Mayor, can you explain to me by a transparency trim? Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Thank you for asking, because if you're asking, that means there's others that are wondering as well. Transparency is pretty simple. Transparency is the part of the beard where you do not have the thickness or the density. I actually have a couple videos. If you just search Dan C bearded transparency trim, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Where the transparency would be on this beard is right down at the bottom. So if you notice how you can see through the shirt, you can kind of get some scragglies going down here. That would be transparency. And a transparency trim is just simply removing that. If he trims right here, this is nothing but thick, dense beard with no transparency at all. Okay.
Yeah.
And he said, I've been thinking about getting a heated brush. Yeah. So D, I would actually, if you have the ability, I would actually recommend a blow dryer first. With your density and your length of a beard, I think a blow dryer is a good first step. I use both, and I think we have similar lengths and densities. But if I could only have one for my beard, it would be a blow dryer. For your beard, a blow dryer. For the Mayor, you don't even use a blow dryer, right?
I never have, not once.
So the shorter beards really fit as an overall tool for the heated brush. Longer beards, they're more about addressing problem areas, which has its place. Like I said, I use it every day on my mustache and my sides. But I would recommend a blow dryer for you. I think that would be one. And yes, for that styling right there, SDZ is spot on. A round brush is going to be so simple to address this right here. D, I actually have a video recently about using a big barrel brush. That would help out a lot right there too. But a blow dry and a round brush, done. Wrap, you got that bad boy looking perfect. Got that absolutely perfect here. Combing straight down will make his beard sit on his chest like mine does. Yeah. Absolutely. And I don't think that's a bad thing, Bill. I agree there. Do you do a blowout before or after the heated brush? I do the blowout before. That's a great question, Brandon. So I do the blowout first. I get my beard all taken care of with the blow dryer, and then I go in last with those finishing areas with the heated brush.
What are your finishing areas that usually need a little bit more?
Mustache and sideburns.
Okay.
So, and I hate saying this, but I just want to give you guys the tools. I do have a video on that where I use the heated brush and the blow dryer in the same video. Essentially, it's my morning routine currently. I just didn't want to have another video titled The Morning Routine. And guys, if I ever mention a video on here and you can't find it, message me. I will send it to you super quickly. Just send me a message on Instagram, Dan C Bearded, or email dan_command@yahoo.com. That's not a burden to me at all. If you are willing to watch my video, I'm more than happy to send it to you. So thank you there, Doug. And Doug's always dropping them in the chat and helping us out too.
I wonder if he has a system for pulling his links up. Like, does he have your channel loaded on another tab?
Just another tab. Now you search as like
I'm
Dan C
sure.
Bearded round brush, right? If you guys put the name in and then the topic, it comes up pretty. That's all I like.
I like to think he has every single one of your videos open all at once, and he just dumps them in.
No, there's no secret to it. When people are like, "Hey man, where's your heated brush and blow dryer video?" I search YouTube. I don't even have something to pull from, but I know that I can find it usually a little bit easier than some other people. So, what about an absurdly thick red beard that's about 5 inches in length? TR, what you asking, man? It's hard to get a visual on
Probably, would you use a heated brush for that, or would you use a blow?
I'd have to see. Blow dry. Yeah.
Easy for me to say.
I'd have to see it, TR. I would highly recommend sending into the show because that one is, I'd have to see it. Yeah, there's no other way. What's up, Levi? Hey, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I'm going for pretty much your beard. Look, my man, do you use a heated brush? Yes. And also, do you guys recommend a beard brush brand? I'm sure he's talking about the heated brush.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got?
I use the Aberlight Pro. It is actually, I can save you 10% on it with Mayor 10. I love that. I used Cushel Bar for years. Love that one too. I've just found the Aberlight to have a little bit more adjustability as far as temperature. And it's a little bigger and it heats up a little hotter. So it goes a little faster.
There you go. And then there is in the description those links. Dan, you think there's anybody new viewers in the chat? Hey, let us know, guys. Every Monday, we always ask about the new viewers, and we always have a handful. Wednesday doesn't usually have the most new viewers, but is this anybody's time where it's your first live stream on this channel? Let us know in the chat. We'd love to acknowledge you and say hello there. Okay. I still think there's aliens have beards. Ooh, that's a good question. Is there a video that Dan doesn't have? Craig, I don't have one about alien beards. Does the blow help the beard absorb the beard oil? It can, yeah, absolutely. It speeds up that process a little bit, and it helps with things like tangles and snags. There's a lot of benefits to heat, and I do have a beard question. Can I submit this or that question? Of course, man. Send me a message, and I would be happy. I'm always taking, especially if it's about poop. Mark it down, guys. An hour and 6 minutes talking about poop. And if you got poop questions, no pun intended, I'm running a little bit dry on poop questions.
You know, I've been seriously thinking, is if we ever have to replace a toilet, do I go bidet for toilet paper? Toilet paper savings. And
I wanted
overall cleanliness.
So we don't have like the relationship in our family where it's like whenever the wife says. No, it's pretty open. If not, we go with what I think. You know, it's just Sam doesn't like to make decisions a lot. I'm not being like tough guy or anything. But I was like, I think I want a bidet when we remodel our bathrooms. She said, no, a bidet will never enter this house. I said, okay.
Hard line on that one.
Got it. Done. So we can't have a bidet.
So we're getting the fountain in the front yard.
There we go. Is beard length measured from the bottom lip? It is measured. So when you're talking about competition beards, it is from the bottom of your bottom lip to the length of your beard. So from right here, even if you don't have hair, right? We had Patrick who didn't have any hair right here. It's still from the bottom of your bottom lip to the length. The reason being is you look at a beard as a mass. You look at a beard as a whole. So the mare's beard is probably about 2 inches long, even though his individual hairs are nowhere near that, but you look at it as a mass. At least that's what I get out of that one, okay? Did you ever get the new camera? Bum, bum, bum. The Mare Cam. Of course, we got that new camera. Oh, baby. You guys like the mood lighting when we go to the Mare Cam and the side beard cam? So yes, we do. We do got the new cameras here, and we love them. They're just a lot of fun. And especially for a show like this, it's not a gimmick. There's several times already today that we have had the Mare Cam. You don't recommend hot oil treatment, correct? I do not. I do have a video on that. If you just search Dancy Bearded hot oil treatment, I do not use that one. If I have a clogger, what do you recommend plunger? If the plunger doesn't work, of course, a poop knife.
Not the hand plunger.
That is the mare's method, is the hand plunger. But I've
always been the guy that gets. I have never done that, but I am the guy that does. I'll just get real sick. Sometimes there's a really sick, gross, dirty job to do. I'm the guy. Yep.
Well, isn't that it? Yeah, it's most dads in the family.
True.
You did tell her she could choose not to use the bait. I did. I think it freaks her out. So no, Mare Cam or Blue Steel Cam. That's true, Moose. Did you throw a little blue steel on them as they go through? All right. What's your take on stripping with pine tar? I got a video on that. Search Dancy Bearded Pine Tar. I love it. I recommend it for most people once or twice a month. For super active, dirty, sweaty, dirty boys out there, I recommend that for about once a week. But don't overdo it. Do not overdo it. That's not going to be beneficial to you. Okay. Let's pop back. We got some great ones going tonight. D, thank you for sending in.
All right, this is Jason P. About 3 months ago, I just started growing out my beard. I had always kept a short one less than an inch, but really wanted to give it a bigger beard a shot. After digging around YouTube, I found your channel and loved the positivity in the community. You brought it to the forefront. So I started watching and learning. I bought some quality products from some of your affiliates to help take care of it, but I just need some more guidance as I go forward on this journey. A couple struggles that I'm having is that my job does require a mask. So for about 9 hours a day, I wear one, causing a bad bend under the chin. The other is what do I do with my mustache? Also looking for shaping advice going forward. Thank you both for all you have been doing here. It's so great to have such a great place to learn and such a great community for support.
Okay. Jason, thank you for sending in. We also have to wear masks right now. Completely honest and transparent. Absolutely hate it. It's one of my least favorite parts about my job. It's terrible trying to communicate with 154. Yes, I have 154 students, 154 seventh graders, trying to keep your beard on point because you got to work all day. Then you got a live stream where you got to look good, and trying to breathe, trying to talk. It stinks. It's just not fun. So we're with you there. If we want to keep our jobs, we have to do it. All right, Jason. So he's got the dip, of course. Got that one going on.
Yep.
So what overall is he looking for here? I know he gave all the story. It says
what do I do with my mustache?
Okay.
And then
What is
the
okay
bend under the chin?
Okay. So one wearing cause bend under chin. The other is my mustache going forward. Okay. So you got this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been working on a new tech. I do have a kind of like a fast fix for the bend of the chin. I don't know, everybody's hair is different, but it has surprisingly worked well for me. And that has just been about I actually, wet my beard, and then I take my like hands and I just kind of spin, and I spin in and out in circles. I'm trying to get rid of it fast. And then it seems to lie pretty straight. It's not perfect, but somehow, and it does have to do, I know that with like polarization, negatives, so you're kind of resetting that charge on the hairs, but it really does seem to get that chin dip out fast. Cause I had like a meeting after school today, no time to even hit the heated brush, but I just did this, like I spun it, and it kind of brought that down on my length beard. I don't see that working for a longer beard as much.
Yeah.
But that's good too. You can, I also have I do have it on my desk. I got some sweet hookups. So I have the Hourlight Go at work. That it's the the cordless battery powered heated brush. That one's gonna get you too. I always would, if I were to try and like have a meeting or something where I was gonna have my mask off, and I'd been wearing it all day. I would throw a little oil on, wait the 5 minutes. The reason we wait the 5 minutes is so you're not just burning it all back off. You give yourself a little time to absorb. So that would be the other way I would address that really quickly.
Right. Real quick here, because TR said,
Sure.
Thank you for the super chat. He said, I can't stick around, so we want to make sure we get to this here. I wanted to ask quickly, as my beard gets longer, I notice it pulling more with the hairs of the Kent large comb. Yes. TR, that's what happens. Do I need to be gentler or get a wider tooth comb? You need a new comb. I actually have this is like video night. I have a video talking about how your tools progress as your beard gets longer in that journey. You officially are out of the Kent comb stage. And as a bunch of people are saying in the chat right now, it is time to go straight to the number 8 carbon fiber comb from Chicago Combs. Never made a penny off that company. Don't ever plan on it. It's just the best. I mean, I would love to, but it's the best of the best. Absolutely, TR. It is when you get a new stage, it's a new tool. So the Chicago Comb carbon fiber number 8, there's not even anything else in the discussion. Grab that one. The mayor uses it. I have 4 of them now because I have them in different spots. I have one down here. I have one in the bathroom. I have one in the shower, and I have one at school. So 100%. Easy peasy, could not be any easier there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. J.A. So we got a couple buddies in here. J.A. Smith. We got John, Ryan, and Paul, Brian Paul has already been growing it out. But they are content creators, and they are going to take the leap and grow their beards.
All right.
So they're going to start going for it. J.A. is his own worst critic times 10. He's always putting his beard down. J.A., my advice, your beard listens to that. Okay. It's like plants. You can't sit there and tell the plant how ugly it is, how bad it is. You got to talk nice to that baby. You got to sweet talk that thing. So let it grow. Super excited to follow that journey. And there's another one. J.A. and John, I don't know if you guys, I know you guys know him. Keith is going to do a year. He's going to go a full year. So I'm super excited to follow Keith's journey and see what he has. He was talking to me last night. Him, and Doc Rock, who Doc Rock is mixed, half black, and Keith is full 100% African-American. And he was like, are there differences? It was super cool conversation. So grow that beard out, bearded buddies, of course.
And these are your guys that helped you to dial in some of the cameras.
100%.
So an attention to detail guy, it will be a struggle to get through those first couple of phases with a beard. I'm not super I'm to a point. I'm certain things I'm detailed with, certain things I'm not. I think for guys who are going to be as dialed in and kind of gave us a lot of the tips and the tweaks that we've made these last couple of months, it'll be. I love that challenge for you because a beard can be just as much of a masterpiece as production, good quality production.
And Jay's a musician too, so he knows all about putting on a production and masterpiece. So he says, mine's weak, but I'm trying. I didn't know I was bullying my own beard. You were, and it hears you. But all right, great feedback from the mayor there, Jason. I think it's pretty dang simple.
Anything for the mustache?
Yeah, the mustache is a lazy walrus, Jason. So look up Dancy Bearded Lazy Walrus. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get heat going out to the side. It's going to blend in your beard perfectly. It's going to keep that density. And I prefer that little feathered look on the walrus when it goes off to the side. That's easy. That's a slam dunk. Now over here is you just got to address that one. Somebody also said in the chat that I have a video about getting out the, Doug put in the tools video. Thank you, Doug. And about a video about getting out the dips and waves. Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Yes, I actually have 2 videos on that. So Jason, just search like Dancy Bearded Beard Waves. That's going to be easy peasy. Think about the mayor's advice and how he did it. Your beard's pretty dang, obviously, pretty dang thick and dense, and it's getting longer. If you're growing longer, you're going to definitely want to think about incorporating a blow dryer and a round brush. That's going to be your probably most effective way to get those dips out. So yeah, man, no, neither of those things are problems. Those are both pretty easy fixes. Yep, pretty easy fixes. I can see the art in these beards. Yeah, there really is. There really is some art into beards. That's a good way to put it.
My middle name. It really is, guys.
Yeah, my middle name is C for consistency. Dan C Bearded, if you ever wondered. All right. How do you say this name? I know we had him on, but
Orestes?
Okay. Orestes. That's what we usually say. Like when we get caught, we're like, arrest us.
I didn't do it. But you can arrest us if you want.
We're so nice. We're like, arrest us. So he has a subtle update here, guys. This is something that you're welcome, Jason. Thank you for sending in. This is something that is just a little adjustment, but makes a really nice change. It's not a massive change, not a crazy change, but a really nice one. And I want to point out this area right here. When he was on, all we kind of gave advice on was the sideburn blend, which we do have that. And look at this, guys. A good rule when your head is shaped for it is think about this line of your ear connecting to your mouth. And look at how it would cut off there. Look at this now. Boom. Perfection.
Like a racing stripe.
Boom. Just meow. Perfect. And then over here, what about a little bit of a cleanup on that back line? Because we had a little bit here, a little bit there. Look at this after trim. Look, you talking about round bottoms? That's a nice round bottom right there. Somebody's going to clip that and use that on my audio against me, but that's okay. But just truly perfect. The density, the color, the fade, absolutely crushed it.
One of those subtle things that the lady at work is going to be like, are you working out or something?
Yeah.
She won't know what's different, but she's going to like it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Hey guys, my beard's about 6 inches or so. I have a fair amount of gray white hairs. Do you have some favorite current companies that specialize in gray beards? Derek, absolutely. I actually developed a gray beard line with Copper Johns. Check out that video or check out my link and discount. Other ones would be Artius Man. They have the thickest of the thick. Fable has a thicker oil. Norseman Beard Co. has a thicker oil. And then you have some that are thick in there, but like whiskey and hardtack would work well. Derek, if you want more specific recommendations, send me a message. But a good starting place would be Copper Johns with the Gray Beard Oil series. I did help. I pretty much developed that carrier line. So just something to consider there. All right. If I had $1, super originally. All right. So awesome, man. Super nice trim right there.
All right. This is Chris M. I took what you guys said to heart. Well, not completely bald.
Oh, yeah. Remember Chris?
Yes. I did have my wife shave my hair clear down to 1/8 of an inch, and I admit it makes a huge difference. I've also been brushing in all directions and testing different heat settings. I even picked up a barrel brush to help with the sideburns. I am much happier with how this looks and just want to say thank you so much. As for the dip under the chin, I've tried to get rid of it, but it's being persistent.
Okay. All right. So you guys, if you were here last week, you will remember Chris. Really, really nice change here. So this is actually an update of an update. This is round 3 for Chris, because if we had another picture to the left over here, it would be before the heated brush. And then we did have some advice last week on the beard and the hair, right? Mayor came out and said, hey, let's go bald and bearded. I think we all unanimously knows that. Yeah. But maybe that was the nudge he needed, and that was the right advice to give to him.
Look at it. Yeah.
That's a different human with just the head hair difference. Chris, keep it like this, my man. That looks good. And I don't even mind. I don't even think you have to go full razor. I think it looks
Right.
good there.
Agree.
It's going to be easier to maintain. I think you're good. Now, the main advice I had last week was I don't know what to do with the beard yet because we still got to practice and dial in the heated brush. I think that it was a little bit too straight over here, and we had that dip under the chin. Chris, I know you said you still feel like the dip is there. The dip is significantly better. This was way in. And then when you look at the side beard, man, that's pretty straight on that one and looks good from the front. Biggest advice, it is time for a pretty major transparency trim. And you have a great density to your beard. One thing that I'm going to suggest here is if you did the squint test, your natural density would be a square beard. I don't want that though. I would go in here and I would start to go with a rounded beard. I really like this line right here, okay? I think that that square beard would make your face too square. It looks like you have one of those narrow face, kind of like mine. So I want to round this off, and then as your beard grows in, you're going to kind of get some more density. So what you're going to do, Chris, is you're going to start on the sides, go here, and then let's get a little bit of that roundedness. Start on the front, of course, right here. And let's get some round on that, but it is 100% time for a trim. And yes, the head looks fantastic. That was that's a different person.
Yep.
That is a different person with just a simple just a little buzz on that bad boy there. So transparency trim, what do you think, man?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And we're just and there's a pretty easy to see where the line is.
Yep.
And that, what you think might shorten up the beard, I think it's going to be another situation where it's addition by subtraction. Just kind of like your head hair.
Agreed, 1,000%. And don't be so hard on that dip, man. Look, you're doing it really well. And we told you, new techniques, practice, you'll figure it out, and you have.
And I don't know if you have to wear a mask, but I know for me, after the school year last year, coming into the summer, school year wearing masks for months, about 9 hours a day. It took me a week or two to really get to where my beard wasn't dipping that, every time.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Craig, take care. And also, guys, a little bit of really cool news that has been announced recently. Casey, aka Bushy Beard, he is now the co-owner of Copper Johns.
No way.
Yeah. So they have been working this behind the scenes. I don't want to give too many details. I'm sure he doesn't want to know that. But Casey's actually a very successful businessman. He took a small business and made it into a very large business and is killing it. I had no idea. I would have never in a million years known by talking to Casey that he was a dude doing that well in the business realm. Not in a bad way. It's just oftentimes when it's that type of person, they have a certain type of kind of shark personality,
And they're used to people talking up to them, and so they kind of just let you.
Yeah. Casey's as quiet, humble, kind as it gets. He is now a co-owner of Copper Johns. So when I just thought about saying Copper Johns for that gray oil, I'm like, oh my gosh, one of their owners is in here right now. So cool. So cool. All right. Thank you, Chris. We need another one. We need the fourth and final installment after your transparency trim.
All right. This is
later, TK. Sorry.
This is Rob B. Gentlemen, the levels of success I would have reached just off of the motivation and having the teachers like you two would be unimaginable. Gentlemen, I'm trying to get from here to there. Photo I will buy and stick with any regiment of products, routines suggested, and post monthly updates on Command's Corner.
Cool. All right.
All right.
So this is Rob, very active member in our Facebook group. And so he said, okay, I'm trying to get from here to there with the photo. He said, I just want to get some updates out there. So he wants from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Guys in the chat, girls in the chat, what do you think Rob needs to do to get from here to there? I hate to say it, man, but Rob, step one is grow. It's grow your beard.
Yeah,
to get to this, there's no trimming right now. There's nothing that we can say, adjust this line or adjust that line. As far as regiment, I couldn't tell if he was fully asking for like product recommendations. I would just get a couple of beard oils to work into rotation. Make sure you have a good beard wash. That's really all you need right now. You don't need any crazy butters. You don't need a conditioner at this length. A good beard oil and a good beard wash, and get a couple oils so you can switch it up and avoid that beard plateau. But man, and I hate giving advice like this, but there's nothing to do right now. You just got to let it grow.
And I love your beard now, and I love what you're going for. I think it's going to be a fun
Agreed.
adventure.
and it fits his style and his personality too, that God of War beard. New to all this, do you have a video on how to get rid of dips on the chin? I do. If you just search Dancy Bearded dips, you're going to find it. Doug Sloan, one of our best friends and moderators, he might be able to hook up a link in the chat. So, Jay, keep an eye out for Doug Sloan's comment in a second here, if he's still here.
But really, it's just a simple, you put your hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip, and you got it.
Put my hand up on that chip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. I got queso.
Was that a commercial?
No,
should have been.
It's just, my dad worked for Frito-Lay, so I always was like, you can ask Sam. Like a side gig of mine is coming up with jingles that have never been picked up before, but I like making them all. I feel like that's almost a dad requirement.
There's a navigation app called Waze that I use all the time. Why have they not done? Show me the Waze. It all works on levels.
Expensive copyright.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully you don't have to pay it after me seeing that. All right,
this is our last one.
I believe, yes. This is Callo. Hello, beardos. I had a goatee for 6 years, so this is my first time growing a full beard. 4 months in. I've been taking biotin for 2.5 months and use castor oil, my homemade butter, and boar's hair bristle brush.
All right, pause.
Sure.
Timely questions. First one, as he said that I've been using biotin, right? Yeah, I've been taking biotin. Mark says, honestly, does biotin really make a difference? Yes. Mark, 99% of humans on this planet, if they take 10,000 mcgs of biotin a day, quality biotin, their hair and nails are going to grow faster. It's not going to create any new hair, but your hair and nails will grow faster. Now, notice, Mark, I said your hair will grow faster. What do I mean by that? Your hair, your head hair, if you have some, your back hair, your arm hair, your chest hair, your butt hair, all of your hair is going to grow faster, and you will start to notice it, especially in your nails. Now, most people get enough biotin to remain healthy in their diet. Very, very few people get enough, and it's not possible. You can't get 10,000 mcgs through diet. Nobody gets enough biotin naturally to be able to get the optimal keratin production. So yes, for almost everyone. Now, if you have like certain medical conditions, of course, with anything, check with your doctor. It's a vitamin. It's B7. It's not a drug or anything like that. So it's not like you got to rush out there. But most people really, really see a difference and they don't have any issues with it. I take it every day because it makes my hair grow faster, and that allows me to get to those transparency trims quicker. It allows that supporting actors to fill in more. So yes, it does make a big, big difference. And Robert says, any good beard oil recommendations? Robert, again, Beard Octane has been one of my top recommendations from the day I started this channel till currently, and they're the sponsor of our Facebook group, which you're in right now, and they have a special boosted discount code. And is that flash sale still going on?
24th, I think, is last
okay.
time.
So they have an additional. The sale is 10% off. Our Facebook group is 20% off. You can get Beard Octane for 30% off right now if you're in our Facebook group. So yes, I would recommend Beard Octane. It's got to be one of your most used as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. I'll jump on it. Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys ever need biotin recommendations, let me know. My most used companies would be Beard Octane #1, Chesapeake #2, and then Detroit Grooming. I've worked in there as well for the biotin, but it makes a really big difference. All right, sorry for cutting you off there. It was just somebody asked about biotin as you said biotin.
No problem. And a boar's hair bristle brush, but I don't use heat as my beard appears thinner when I do. The cheeks and the mustache are my main issue. I just can't get the thickness I desire. My goal image you see may be unreachable, but that's in general shape. I think I have just without the density. Opening any advice or recommendations. P.S. I won't be in it as the live as I'll be asleep here in the United Kingdom. I'll catch up the next day.
All right. Hope you're sleeping good, buddy. Okay. So great goal beard. Really, really enjoy that. That reminds me of like mid-length my beard as it goes through. So just open to any suggestions. Is there anything specific right now that he's looking for? I wasn't fully.
Do we think he can get to his goal? Is he growing to his goal? Is kind of how I took it.
Okay. All right. So what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. That is your goal is not one I've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we'll see a repeat. And it's a very, very thick beard. But he does have a cleaner line on the sides, and you could start trimming that up now. and it's just gonna be a lot. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of time into that beard. And that is used. He does that. Your goal is using a heated brush, I think. If not, really good. He's really good at his technique with a blow dryer. But I definitely think you can get there. You've got a little cleanup here to do on the sides. Whenever you want to start doing that, that's going to be that's something you have to constantly and repeatedly do. But I love that look. I love even the hat and the goal is good. And I just think it's going to be a matter of time as your mustache thickens in and just overall a lot of transparency trims to get to that goal beard. A lot of grow past, come back. And if you're ready for that, I think you can get there.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, you can get there. It's going to take a long time. We're talking 2-3 years and healthy habits, dedication, patience. But you can get there. That's just obviously a world-class beard down here. And that's going to take a lot of time. But you do have the density, and that's what's most important. Leave that neckline alone. I can even see some chest hairs creeping up there. That's a really good sign. Yes, you can absolutely get there with some patience and healthy habits, for sure. Mayor covered it all. Thank you, guys. We're not done, though. We got some good questions out there as we get everybody popping here. Okay. Let me see what we got. Again, I saw a couple good ones here. All right, and good night to everybody that had to take off. See you, Chris. See you, Vado, everybody. We'll be wrapping up in the next probably 10 minutes or so. Two-part question. One, can you please recommend some good beard oil and beard butter? Again, we've been recommending Beard Octane all night because we love it. Also, guys, if you're ever looking for any new ones on Facebook, on YouTube, and the YouTube community tab, and on Instagram, I do have my full list of affiliates. I highly recommend and stand by all of those companies. If I don't stand by an affiliate anymore, I remove them. It's just as simple as that. So there's some good options. Or you can search best beard products, and my video should come up for the best beard products of 2020. And there's some fantastic options in there too. So Doug, if you're in here, if you don't mind, man, linking that best beard products of 2020 video, that could help out a lot of people that are asking for those. And then two, have you ever used Percy Nobleman? I have not. They actually reached out to me, and we just were not able to come to terms and make the review happen. So hopefully in the future, I know that I think they're the one that's on a little bit more of an expensive side, but no, I have not. Is there any negative to using Beard Octane CBD oil without the THC? Just worried about random drug tests? No, it just comes down to personal preference. I have my collab with Natural Stress Solutions is pure isolate. There's no THC. I use the one with THC and Beard Octane. I don't actually notice a difference between the different kinds of CBD. You've tried both kinds, right?
Yeah, and I completely agree that it's infinitesimal. The difference from what my perspective is.
Yeah. Yep.
As far as wearability, but they offer that full spectrum. Just if you're just
theoretically
not full spectrum, the isolate.
If you're worried for you, yeah. Theoretically, the THC, the full spectrum, does offer some more benefits, right? If we're just going research based, but it's nothing where I've been like, ooh, my beard feels different without this. So they're both fantastic.
And they both are noticeably really nice carrier oils.
And especially the wash. I love the CBD wash. Love, love, love. Yo, what's up, guys? I know you said you recommend butter before bed. I'm a night shower guy. Should my beard be fully dry? No, damp. So Gustavo, out of the shower, and you're going to put in oil on a damp beard. Wait about 5 minutes and then apply your beard butter. You can even wait a little bit longer if you would like for that beard butter. But no, you always want to apply beard products to a damp beard. There's not really any exceptions for that rule if you want to do best practice, of course. All right. He said, just kidding. He said, good night. I'm heading out early morning and just looking for attention. That's great. That is great, Vado.
Our middle schoolers would never admit that. Yeah. They're doing the same thing.
Right. For sure. Bearded Coast is still using a review. It doesn't say I no longer recommend. Oh, it should on there. I will, Ken, I will check. Is it on mine? My video should say it on YouTube. If they're using it on their site, there's nothing I can do about that. But my site says I no longer recommend, as clearly. I think I even put it in the title, to be honest. So I'll go back and check to make sure I took care of business on my end. Hey, Dan Merritt, I have a red beard. Do y'all recommend thick or thin oils? Red beards generally like a thicker oil. If you look up my gray white beard video, It's pretty much the same principles as that. And then I do mention red beard, Sean, in my video this last Sunday when I talked about conditioner and co-washes. So yes, general rule of thumb, red beards like thicker oils, but like anything, there's a spectrum. There's some gray beardsmen that like thin oils. I would, in a perfect world, recommend a couple viscosities of thickness and work in one thin one just to switch it up, just to keep that beard guessing. If I don't shower at night, should I soak my beard thoroughly, let it dry a little, apply oil, or should I just mist the beard? Either way, I've done both. If I have the mister, I do that, but I get it throughout my beard. As long as you're getting it to that damp-like state where it's not dripping, but it's not dry.
And that's not always a bad idea, because what you don't want to do is go to sleep with a wet beard and have it crease and wrinkle on the pillow, which it'll do more so being wet.
Because then it dries and styles into that form.
Right.
Yep. Hey, Caleb, I submitted Beard Advice episode 37. I'm currently going for the year. I plan on submitting at a year for future advice. For further advice, would it be a good idea to submit before I hit the year? What do you think?
If you have I would say a year is a good spot. Unless you have something that you're wondering about as you go through that journey.
So yeah, Caleb, if there's something that you're hitting at the journey and you're like, I'm not cutting, I'm going for the year, but the styling's driving me crazy, let us know. If you're cool with it, then I would say no. I mean, and we like content, we like people sending in, but if there's nothing specific, probably not until that year. As I've also seen these beard oil companies making deodorant. Have you tried any yet? Yes, I have several. I've tried the Beard brand. I've tried the Live Bearded, and I have the Fable. Unfortunately, I don't like any of them for me personally, but that's just... Are
you an antiperspirant guy? Or
I am. Okay. I am. So I've not gone through that full commitment of letting my body work out the toxins, and I know there's a couple week phase. I know there's things you can do. I don't like my armpits feeling... anytime I've had those natural ones, I don't like it feeling wet. I don't want to go like this and hear, and other people don't experience that, and other people love it. I gotta be honest.
People sweat. It's a huge spectrum of how people sweat and where they sweat the most.
Yeah. Yep.
Mine is my one finger right there. It all just pours out like water. That would be kind of like a superpower, like Spider-Man. Maybe that's what's going on.
What's your opinion on Fable? One of my first 3 affiliates, one of the companies I've worked the most with. Fantastic products, the best art and stories in the entire beard game from top to bottom. They're expanding and growing like crazy. You can become addicted to acquiring all their different ones. Really, really good stuff. If there's anybody that's following the regulations, they're right up there with Fable. That's really, really good stuff. And Mayor likes Fable as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of his go-tos.
The grower, such an amazing oil. You should all try.
Yes,
at some point.
Does using more of a thinner oil equate? Yes, I do use more of a thinner oil, a little bit less of a thick oil. Yep, 100%. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry I missed that part. Hey, no problem, man. That's why we're here. Mask and pillow creases aren't. No, they're not. And again, quick little tip. Do have a video on that. If you guys are really dedicated and you want the best experience for your beard at night, get a satin or silk pillowcase. It makes a big difference. You don't realize it until you try it. Not only does the product not absorb into the pillowcase like it does on a cotton pillowcase, it just is nicer for your hair. How do we know this? Women have been doing this for generations, using silk bonnets and silk pillowcases to be better on their hair. So yes, you are correct. I saw a 2-year video on Hanyaker. Do you still recommend? Nicholas, I had great experiences with Hanyaker. I really enjoyed the owner, but I've not used their products in probably 2 years. So I don't I don't have anything to go off of.
That must have been BM before the mayor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably was.
Yeah, probably BM, for sure.
That's also a bowel movement.
My body hates baking soda. Yeah. And I do know a lot of people like that where it's a deal breaker if there is one. When is the Dan C hat? Should be coming soon. I would say, John, within the next 2 commands corners. So stay tuned, guys. I would say within the next 2 commands corners as we go through. Okay, guys. Your beard coach review says, I do not recommend their site cuts. Oh, wow. Interesting that they're able to cut off the title. Yeah. That's not good, but yeah, thank you for the heads up.
Did you see it's our 50th show?
It is. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is our 50th show here. And guys, I did go back and I added all the old episodes of Majorly Bearded. So the show that was before this show, actually the middle. We've had like a 3-show series. The show that was before this called Majorly Bearded, and I think Dan B named that, right? Was it Dan B that was? Dan B named it. That is all up. So if you guys are ever bored and you like listening podcast style, very different. Audio, video, not as good, but we still had an amazing time and some stuff to go on. Because we've between the two of them, we've had we're dang near 100 episodes.
Yeah.
We got to be right at 100 or just beyond 100. We're over 2 years.
I can't believe it's been a year since we made the switch to Beard Advice Live.
Wild.
It was such a natural thing. It just kind of took off.
Yeah. And it's become its own thing. So cool there. So thank you guys. How you liking TikTok so far? I'm loving what Doug is doing. Moderator Doug Sloan is whipping all that stuff up there. I'm hoping that it's going to take off, change his life, change our lives. So far, it's a slow trickle. But if you guys know anything about me, I don't mind patience. I don't mind hard work and doing it the right way. So no impression yet. I like what Doug's doing.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yep. I'm definitely a YouTube guy, but if it can help my YouTube, I'm all for it. So, hey, we're going to wrap this up here, guys. I do have a video review dropping on Friday, new video on Sunday. If you've not watched my video today, it's a short one. I don't remember exactly. I think it's like 3 minutes long. So it would mean the world to me if you could go just give that video a watch. If you like it, hit a thumbs up. If you dislike it, hit a thumbs down. Let me know why with a comment. And the mayor and I got some stuff cooking, by the way. We got a special Friday night stream coming in the future. This will be, and we got to stick to this. This will be the only time we hint at it. We will say you do not want to miss that stream, okay? No more hints ever again. We got a special Friday stream coming up. If you're in attendance, you're going to be very happy. So
agree. Don't miss that stream, you guys. Super excited to bring the news. Any final things, Mayor? Once again, thanks for having us here. 50 shows in. I love hearing back that we've helped people. Continue to send in with questions. Encourage your bearded brothers, new, old, or somewhere in between, to send in and ask questions. It can only help. Yes, absolutely. Merch link in the chat right now. That all goes to Sam C. I don't even get anything from it other than a happy wife that has something to do and ease her mind. So thank you, everybody. We're going to sign off here. Get a hold of us anytime, and we hope to see some of you in Beard Advice Live next week for the first time ever. So long, guys. Have a good rest of the week.